Stone, come in. Stone, come in. There has been some mysterious life force detected around the college. Get there as fast as possible. I repeat, get there as fast as possible.
Hey, fish breath, get a load of this! Alright, 5 minutes, that should be good. The name's Max. Hi, I'm Max, and I'll be talking about how my experience in the UK and how it's different to my life in Poland. It was a bit different to the life I have here, to be honest. Like here, in Poland, for example, you don't get as much opportunities as here in the UK, and you have to work hard to get them opportunities, or you have to go to people, search around to find them opportunities. My earliest memory is generally being born, like being brought to the world by my mom, and introducing to my sister, which I played a lot with her. Like when we were younger, we had like little like gremlins, troublemakers just causing mischief around the house, and that was like my earliest memory of being in Poland, being part of this world. My life experience, well, I don't really know much because I was still young, quite like baby, let's just say, and all I used to do when I was that age, I was just like watch TV, just play around and just be a troublemaker to my parents. School was a bit different. It was like much more stressful than here. They put like much more pressure on you in school in Poland for you to succeed, and it was very stressful. There was lots of pressure, and I could never handle that amount of pressure on me compared to here. Every country, every landmark has its own culture, and Poland is not exception to that. We have a very unique approach like bagels, which is quite delicious, which I really enjoy eating. Sometimes when my parents or my friends make it, I really like sit down and eat it. And every time when I'm in Poland, I try to eat as much of the original food in Poland as I can, because Poland is the only time when I'm allowed to eat Polish food, because it's part of my culture, it's part of their culture, and here I'm just eating traditional everyday English food. Sometimes I do miss being in Poland because it's different for me, because I don't get to see my family every single day, and I have to like phone them or ring them to keep in contact with them. And now here in the UK, like I don't have many family to visit when compared to other people, because other people have all the family members living around here in Norfolk, and for me it's a bit different because I don't have my family living here, so it's a bit difficult. But whenever I do get a chance to go to Poland during the summer, I'm just happy to see them and catch up with them on how's life, how they're doing, are they healthy. So yeah, I do miss it sometimes. Sometimes my family always tries to go like once per year to Poland for 2 weeks, or during the summer when we have holidays, taking time away from high school, college and stuff like that. We always try to go and visit our family, see how they're doing, because it's not every single day we get to see our family, and especially my cousins, because I don't have many cousins living here. And whenever we get to go to Poland, I'm really excited because I can actually catch up with them, see what they've been up to, and it's just exciting for me. I do have some family living in Poland, like some of my cousins live in Poland, and I do try to keep contact with them every now and again, see how they're doing, school and stuff. But it's really difficult because, like I said previously, it's not like I have family around me living in Norfolk like other people do, so it's quite difficult to have family support sometimes when you like need it. So far it's just been a blast for me. I feel very lucky to be here, to be studying, and all the opportunities it has to offer. If it wasn't for me living in the UK, I would have not been doing media, I've been doing something else. But so far I just feel very lucky to be living here, and I'm just trying to appreciate my time being here. We moved around like 2013, 2014-ish to England for us to have a better education, to have a better lifestyle, because here in England you are given much more opportunities to do stuff like school and courses here in the UK. For example, right now I'm studying media level 2 in my college, and I know I wouldn't have that exact same opportunity in Poland as I will have here, because here in the UK we have a wide range of options for you to study. We moved for a better lifestyle, like I said, for a better education, because in Poland, like I said, they put like a lot of pressure on you, a lot of stress, and here they don't put so much pressure on us. It's just chill. And for me, because I was so young, my mom was worried that I would not handle that pressure, pressure if I decided to go to Polish school. So we decided to move here to England because they have a massive range of opportunities for us. So I feel quite lucky to be studying here. It was actually quite a funny story because at the time I was still quite young. I was 6-7 years old, so I didn't really find out that we were moving. I kind of accepted it that we were moving up and about, and because I was so young, you don't really pay attention on what's happening around you. You accept it and move forward with it. But after living here for a while, I'm actually quite happy I did move from Poland to England here. School was incredibly challenging, especially with the language barrier. It was the most stressful thing ever because I went to English school here in the UK. I was mixing Polish up with English, so no one around me will understand what I'm saying. So it was incredibly difficult to communicate with people, like my mates, friends, teachers around me, because I was mixing the two languages up. I was going from Polish to English because I just moved, and it was a big challenge for me to get past that, and I was still incredibly young at the time. It was hard for me to get used to the language barrier. It was the biggest challenge ever. When we moved here, I was 6, 8, 7 years old, and it was not the most easiest thing to do. I had to learn spelling and how to speak in English, and that was challenging. It took me a long time to learn it. It took me around probably 2 or 3 years to learn English. But here's the thing, because I'm still developing, the older I get, the more my English develops, which is good because as I'm getting older, my English develops. I learn English pretty simply. Someone like an off-course support tutor or a teaching assistant would take me out in the mornings or during the afternoons when my lessons start, and she would say words and I would repeat them, and she was telling me how to say it, how to pronounce it, and that kind of helped to guide me for my English. And we used to play fun games as well, like card games. I think I used to match the words with the picture, and that definitely helped me a bit with my English. At college, I do media level 2, and I'm having a total blast with it. I love every single day. Every single day is such a privilege for me, and I appreciate being there. I love working with people in my course. Everyone has their own creative style that brings something new to the table whenever I work with them. And for hobbies, in my free time on weekends, I like going to the gym because that gets me away from the social media, away from the screen. I can focus on my week, how it's going, and it's just a way for me to relax a bit from all the stress and pressure during the week. And also every single month, every week also, I like going to the cinema because I'm passionate about filmmaking, and I love going to the cinema with my friends from my course, or I'll go individually to watch films because that's my passion, that's what I'm working towards. I love making films, I love being behind in front of the camera shooting something because that makes me feel like I'm actually doing something that I'm getting recognized for. I love when people come up to me and say, "Hey mate, I like what you've done here, I really admire it." That brings me so much joy because I'm getting actual feedback from actual people and I'm getting credited on my work. In Poland, you won't have the same opportunities like you have here in UK. Here, for example, you have a dozen course options you can apply for and do it, and it really allows you to find your passion. And in Poland, the school system works a bit differently. My future goals is to get into the film industry one day. I'm working to get into the film industry one day. Like I said, I'm deeply passionate about films. It makes me feel like I'm doing something that I'm getting recognized for, and it makes me feel like I'm actually doing something with my life that it matters. And I'm kind of doing a film course, which is a huge privilege for me. And every single day feels like an achievement. Every single day I'm motivated. I'm like, let's go, let's do this. I don't care what I have to do. I'm gonna do it because I'm passionate about it, and I'm not gonna stop. I want to continue to grow that passion for me to develop into like a media professional one day, traveling around the world, making films for audiences. Hopefully, if I pass, get a merit or distinction on the project I'm working on currently. I hope to do level 3 media one day, which is equivalent to 3 A levels, because I want to like take them skills I already learned from this course and expand from them, because I'm exploring my passion. I'm exploring all the different camera techniques of the film industry, and that's what I want to do. I want to learn more in depth about it, about films, because it's something I care about, something I want to do for a living, and I have no regrets. Every single day feels like an achievement, to be honest. I'm just really lucky to be doing the thing I do here in college. Every single day is such a privilege, and every single day I'm motivated. I'm like, let's go, let's do this, let's log on, let's get cracking with the work, and let's do our best that we can as a group, you know, to produce the best quality of work. So every single day it's just an achievement to be able to work with young people that have shared the same passion as me for film, because then we are able to bring that passion to our project, which tells audiences that we can produce good quality films in the end. If I really had to say the projects I'm most proud of this year, I'm gonna say I'm definitely proud of the radio project I have done earlier this year, because I had such a wonderful group. I never would have asked for a better group. Everyone was so energetic, so motivated, and when we went to our actual thing live, we just smashed smashed out of the park, and our show was definitely one of the best radio shows ever. So I'm quite proud. Everyone was so energetic. I loved working with my group, and it was literally the best time of my life. And speaking about the radio project, I always look for projects that can bring my energy, enthusiasm into, and because I'm presenting in front of a microphone, it allowed me to bring that energy into like a radio station, which made our radio station stand out. It didn't make it boring, it made it more enjoyable for people. And when I was writing the script, I really tried to take advantage of my group's strength to work on their best sides, and I think that was like my best part, because everyone was so committed and dedicated to the project. Everyone was like, alright, let's go, let's do this. And in the end, I could have been more happier with my group. And my second biggest achievement was like, I'm happy that I passed English this year. English was definitely not easy for me to pass, because like I said, I'm Polish and I sometimes struggle with the language barrier. Language can be hard to get used to. There were times when I was doing my English where I thought to myself, oh, I'm not gonna pass. I want to pass, but it's not looking likely to. So I got some help, and eventually I passed English at a grade 4, which I'm happy with, because then I get to continue with my passion and grow as a media individual. And also with media, I'm just lucky that I get to meet these people every single day. I love going with my mates to the cinema to watch films. Like yesterday, I went with one of my best mates to go and see The Fall Guy, and we just had a blast, because whenever I get to experience a film with my mates, it just brings me nothing but joy to my heart. And I'm just so grateful that I get to be doing what I am passionate about, because every single day I get to come in and work with these types of people. With media, I'm doing something I get recognized for. For me, it's just a joy when people come up to you and say, hey mate, I love what you done there. And that just brings me so much joy to my heart, because I'm getting recognized of what I'm doing. And like I said, I always try to look for things that can bring my energy, enthusiasm into. And with media, I can bring that into a story or in a project, which makes me good to work with. And it just shows people that my course tutors or my mates around me that I really want to be here, studying it and doing the best as I can. My long-term goals are probably do level 3 media and hopefully get a job somewhere so I can start saving up some money. As a media individual, I feel like I've got so much potential to go out into the film industry and do something remarkable, extraordinary, and I really want to move out of Norfolk to get more of them opportunities. I'm thinking about the universities I have plans to go into, hopefully if everything turns out good in the end, is Med Film School in London, because I don't want to go to a random university. Med Film School is one of the most popular film universities that there is. I feel like that's my long-term goal, to study and get the grades I need, and to go to the university I want, so I can really utilize my potential as a filmmaker. I grew up here mostly. I get my qualifications here, and in Poland it won't be the same. I will have to have the qualification was going to live in Poland, and it will be really hard for me to do so, because there's no point of me just studying here, getting the qualification, just moving back to Poland to start my life all over again. I want to grow. I want to carry on with my life here in the UK so I can utilize my potential. The advice I would give is know what you're doing, because it's incredibly difficult to move from one country to another, especially with the language barrier. It can be hard to fit in, and that was my biggest challenge. How do I fit in with people that aren't Polish, that aren't from my country? That was the biggest challenge throughout my life, and it still is sometimes. How do I fit in with people that are different from me, that don't speak Polish? That's always been challenging, and I would advise someone moving from Poland to the UK or from another country is to know what you're doing, because it can be very stressful. You have to plan out your life, and you have to learn, how do I cope with this new language barrier, and how do I fit in with everybody else? For me, it was challenging, and for someone, it can be challenging as well. Right out the gate, I can say, if you're gonna do media or any other course like music, like layering, whatever, if you are trying to get into the industry, then my biggest piece of advice is be committed to it. Don't just say you're gonna do something, actually do it. Because sometimes I work with people in my media class that aren't motivated enough to do the work, and I'm like, if you're not gonna be motivated, then why did you do the course in the first place? And that really sometimes really annoys me, because personally I just want to get on with the work I'm supposed to do, and sometimes if I'm working with an unmotivated person, then I have to come rely to myself, and when I'm working with a committed person, then together we can produce the best quality of work as we can. And for personally, like my idol Tom Cruise, I always like to be committed as possible to my work. I'm not gonna say I want to do that, I want to do that. I'm gonna actually do it. For example, the project I'm doing currently, I'm working on a Barcelona documentary. I didn't just say to myself, I'm gonna do a Barcelona documentary. I wasn't like that. I was saying, alright, if I'm gonna make a Barcelona documentary, if I'm gonna film in Barcelona, then I have to be prepared for everything. I have to do research, because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm taking a huge risk, and if I'm gonna do that, it can go either two ways. I can get some filming done, or I can just screw up in the air and not get any filming done. done, and that could affect me. So I would advise someone getting into media, be committed to it every single day, be like, oh, I'm gonna do whatever I'm supposed to do, I'm gonna try my best, I'm gonna produce the best quality of work as I can, and I'm not gonna complain about the work. It's something I'm passionate about, and if you take this advice, you'll do absolutely amazingly in media, because so far in every single project I've been doing that, I've been committed, working hard, overworking myself sometimes, and I think I'm doing amazingly well in the course, and I hope to continue with that. And whatever I do, for example, I try in whatever I do, whenever I agree to something, I'm like, alright, if I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna commit to it. I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna complain at the director. I'm gonna like commit to it, do what I'm supposed to do, so I can produce the best quality of work. And that's what I advise young people get into media, to know what you're agreeing to, because there will be people who are deeply passionate about it, and if you're not gonna commit to it or show some dedication, then that could be challenging to work around that, to work with people who are not so motivated. Every single day I'm happy, smiling, greeting people, being nice, and that's what I'm asking for. Living life as happily as I can. I have no regrets, I've got no complaints, I'm doing the thing I love, which is a huge privilege. I just appreciate every moment being that. I've been incredibly lucky to be here studying the thing I do here in college, and every single day I'm like, alright, how are you doing? I'm like nice, and greeting people with a smile, and that's honestly the best part of my life, just being here and getting to meet these people that will be in Poland that share the same passion as me.
Dim light burning in the sky, I know now that it's over. I felt you drifting away from me. In truth, I'm braver than you ever gave me credit. I'm living better than we could be. Holy is the bitter end. It's better now not to pretend. Honey, I am living up, and it's better without you.
After the race, the officials made a huge hit in my time and did a drug test on me. They didn't realise I was taking drugs to enhance my speed, which I obviously didn't know. That's what they did though. When the police came to take me, I saw them questioning my dad. He said that he had no idea I was taking them.
I see. So he threw you under a bus.
Yes, he did. My brother tried to tell the police, but my dad blackmailed him. My brother was good enough to tell me that though.
Okay, sure. I think I heard enough. I will do everything I can to get you out of this.
One thing, leave my brother out of this. He told my dad to tell me what they were. So I had a choice, but he didn't.
I will try my best.
Thank you. I just want to see my dad go down. Thank you, officer.